My name is Teresa, and the moment I realized my daughter was ashamed of me was the day she introduced me as the help. Yeah, not my mom, not the woman who raised me, just the help. It happened at her engagement party. Big house, big energy, the kind of place where the floors shine so much you're scared to even walk on them. I remember standing near the kitchen holding a tray of lemonade because I didn't know where else to stand. That's when her fiancé's mom asked, "Oh, and who is this?" My daughter didn't even hesitate. She helps out sometimes. And just like that, 26 years of motherhood got erased in one sentence. I smiled. Of course I smiled. Because when your heart cracks like that, you don't always scream. Sometimes you just stand there and hold the tray steady. I raised my daughter Chloe by myself. Her dad left when she was 3, just walked out one afternoon like we were some old furniture he didn't need anymore. No warning, no goodbye, just gone. So yeah, it was just me and her after that. 2-bedroom apartment in Newark, one job turned into 2, then 3. Morning shift cleaning offices, afternoon shift at a diner, night shift folding laundry at a laundromat. I was tired all the time, but I never let her feel it. She had school trips, birthday parties, Christmas gifts. Not fancy, but always from the heart. And every night, no matter how exhausted I was, I sat with her while she did homework, because I kept telling myself, she's going to have a better life. That was the dream. That was always the dream. Chloe was smart, like scary smart. Straight A's, scholarships, top of her class. She got into a private college on the East Coast, full ride. I cried the day she got that letter. Not because I was sad, because I thought, this is it. She made it. What I didn't realize? She didn't just leave home. She left me behind too. At first, it was small things. She stopped calling as much. Then she stopped visiting. Then, when she did visit, she'd look around our apartment like it was embarrassing, like it smelled of failure. I remember one time she said, "Mom, you should really upgrade your place." Upgrade, like life was an app you could just update overnight. I laughed it off, but something in me felt it. Then came Daniel, her fiancé. Tall, polished, always smiling like he knew something you didn't. His family? Old money, the kind of rich that doesn't talk about money because they've had it forever. Country clubs, private jets, wine I couldn't even pronounce. And suddenly, my daughter fit right into that world, like she'd been practicing for it her whole life. When I got invited to the engagement party, I was surprised. Honestly, I didn't even think she wanted me there. I spent 3 days picking out a dress. Not expensive, just something clean, simple. I even got my hair done, because I thought, maybe she'll be proud of me. Yeah, that was my mistake. After she introduced me as the help, I stayed for about an hour, smiled at people, nodded when they talked, pretended I belonged. Then I quietly left. No scene, no drama, just walked out. Because sometimes dignity isn't loud. Sometimes it's just knowing when to go. That night, I sat at my kitchen table, the same table I helped her with homework on, the same table where we ate cheap dinners and laughed anyway. And I realized something. I had spent my whole life building her up, but I never built anything for myself. So the next morning, I started. See, what Chloe didn't know was that I had been saving. Not a lot at first, just small amounts, $5 here, $10 there, tips from the diner, extra shifts, loose change. And over the years, it added up. Not millions, but enough. Enough to make a move. My first investment was a tiny duplex. Nothing fancy, Leaky pipes, cracked walls, the kind of place people drive past without even noticing. But I saw something in it. Potential. I fixed it up myself. Watched YouTube tutorials at night, learned how to patch walls, fix sinks, repaint rooms. Took me 6 months, but when I was done, I rented it out. And for the first time in my life, money started coming in without me trading hours for it. That feeling? Man, I can't even explain it. It was like breathing for the first time. One property turned into 2. 2 turned into 5. 5 turned into more. Slowly, quietly. No one noticed, and I liked it that way. Because this wasn't about showing off. This was about freedom. By the time Chloe got engaged, I owned 11 rental properties, still worked my regular jobs, still lived in the same apartment, still wore the same simple clothes, because I didn't need anyone's approval, except, maybe, hers. But after that party, I stopped waiting for it. A few months later, Chloe called me. "Mom, we're having a baby shower." Her tone, polite, distant, like she was inviting a coworker. I said yes anyway. Of course I did, because no matter how much it hurts, a mother still shows up. And I brought a gift, not from a store, not from a registry, something better. For 9 months I worked on it, every night after my shifts, every weekend, piece by piece. A quilt, but not just any quilt. Every square told a story. Her baby clothes, her first school uniform, the blanket I wrapped her in when she was born. 30 pieces of her life, all stitched together. I poured everything into that quilt. Time, love, memory, hope. Because I thought, maybe this will remember. Maybe this will bring her back. I was wrong.
The baby shower was something else. Big venue, white flowers everywhere, people dressed like they walked out of a magazine, and there I was, holding my handmade quilt in a simple paper bag. When it was time for gifts, I waited, let everyone else go first. Designer stuff, expensive brands, luxury everything. People clapping, smiling. Then my turn. Chloe opened the bag, pulled out the quilt, and for a second, just a second, I thought I saw something in her eyes. Recognition. But then she laughed. Not loud, not cruel, just enough. "Mom, this isn't really our style." Our style. Her husband chuckled. "Yeah, we were kind of hoping for something from the registry." The room went quiet, that uncomfortable kind of quiet. And just like that, everything I stitched into that quilt got reduced to not good enough. I didn't argue, didn't defend it, didn't explain. I just nodded, walked over, picked it up, folded it, carefully, and I left. But this time, something was different. I wasn't just hurt, I was done. The next morning, I made some calls. 3 weeks later, I closed on a property. A big one. 40 acres. Old event venue. Struggling business. The same place where my daughter had her baby shower. Yeah, I owned it, and she had no idea. I didn't buy it for revenge, let's get that straight. I bought it because I saw opportunity. But what happened next? That was just timing. See, during those weeks, I also learned something about her husband, something ugly, real ugly. Let's just say his lifestyle didn't match his income, and when you dig deep enough, the truth always comes out. What I found changed everything. So I made one last call, and I set a date. A week later, I invited them back to the venue, told Chloe it was important. She sounded nervous. Good, because sometimes people need to feel uncomfortable to finally see clearly. When they walked in, I was already there, waiting. She looked tired, scared, different.
Her husband, not so confident anymore. I looked at them and said, "We need to talk." And that's when everything started to fall apart. Because within minutes, the truth walked behind them. Authorities, badges, serious faces. Her husband went pale. And in that moment, my daughter realized something. The life she chose was built on lies. He wasn't successful. He wasn't secure. He was fake. And the people he hurt were the same kind of people I spent my life working beside. Regular people, good people. That hit her hard, harder than anything I could have said. After they took him away, she just sat there, silent, broken. Then she looked at me, really looked at me for the first time in years. "Mom, I'm sorry." And yeah, I felt that. Not because I needed the apology, but because she finally understood everything. We didn't fix everything that day. Let's be real. Life doesn't work like that. But we started. She moved back, started over, got a job, learned what real work feels like. And slowly, piece by piece, we rebuilt something. Not perfect, but real. Months later, she asked me about the quilt. I told her the truth. I kept it. She smiled, cried a little, and said, "Can I have it when I'm ready?" And I told her, "You'll know, because some things you don't deserve until you understand them." Now here's the part I need you to hear. That quilt was never just fabric. It was love, time, sacrifice. And too many people in this world don't recognize that until it's gone. So if you've got someone in your life who shows up for you, who sacrifices for you, who loves you without conditions, don't wait. Don't wait until they walk away. Don't wait until life humbles you, because by then it might be too late. And trust me, regret, that stuff sticks with you. So yeah, that's my story. And if it hit you even a little, drop a comment. Tell me, have you ever been underestimated? Have you ever been treated like you didn't matter? And if you made it this far, you already know you're not the type to quit halfway. Hit subscribe, because stories like this, they're not just stories, they're reminders. And sometimes that's exactly what we need.